Yes, welcome into IATD TV, and today for our Sunday supplement special we've got a nice little dinosaur deck profile for you. It's generally a going second build, but we can side stuff for going first. So without anything further, let's get into the deck. So any good self-respecting dino player would at least have 2 of these. I like 3, just in case the first 2 get outed, you can quite easily get to a third. And this card is just a house of a boss monster. 3 cards of Soul Eating Oviraptor to search it. Also, they can extend plays by popping cards on the field to special summon. If we can pop a baby dinosaur, we just start plussing. 2 copies of Animadorned Archosaur. One of my favourite cards in the deck. Means that we don't have to max out on copies of Double Evolution Pill, and it just looks fantastic, does it not? Then the babies. 3 Petite Pteranodon. 3 Baby Cerosaurus. These are just our main combo pieces. If we can get them destroyed, which is fairly easy to do in this deck, we can start popping off and special summoning Oviraptors, Scrap Raptors, things of that nature. As for the one-ons of the dinosaurs, obviously 1 Miscellaneousaurus, we won't play more if it wasn't limited. 1 copy of Scrap Raptor. I don't play the full Scrap engine, but a copy of Scrap Raptor is a hell of an extender, so it's nice to be able to have that as a one-off to special summon from deck. 1 Dino Wrestler Pancratops. If we're going first, we can side this out, but it's a fantastic card to bring into the equation. Then the support card, so 1 copy of True King Lithogasm the Disaster. This card is fantastic. If we can see either it or a way into it in our opening hand, it's going to be a good time. Destroying 2 dinosaurs in hand, like the Baby Cerosaurus or the Petite Pteranodon, just gives us a lot of scope for popping off and putting a lot of monsters on board. We like to go second, so 3 copies of Alpha, the Master of B. I found this is worth its weight in gold, even when you're going first sometimes, just to be able to have that second large body in case you need extra muscle or your UCTs are outed. For the hand trap lineup, just move those to the side. 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, speaks for itself. It's a pretty universal hand trap and covers a lot. 3 Effect Veiler. I like it in the main deck over in Permanent, just because it synergizes with Double Evolution Pill. 2 copies of Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. In the current meta, I think Ghost Bell is worth its weight in gold, and a couple of copies in this deck never hurt. Moving on to the spells. 2 copies of Fossil Dig. I know some people like 3, but I like 2 just because it minimizes the amount of cards that lose to things like Ash and Droll. 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. This gets our UCT out of the deck, and also we can get rid of dead hand traps out of the hand or in the graveyard if we've used them. 1 copy of Terraforming to go with 1 Dragonic Diagram, so that's our 3 card package to try and see Lithogasm as often as we can. Rounding out the spells, 2 copies of Pot of Extravagance. This is a card that we usually side out of when we know the matchup, but when we don't know the matchup, 3 draws are the way to go. And then better than Extravagance is 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity. The amount of times being able to just pick up that 1 out of 3 or 6 cards that you need to complete the combo is just worth its weight in gold. Absolutely pulls its weight and it's worth the money. So that about wraps it up for the main deck. Like I say, we generally build to go second, but then some of our side deck options can help us go first. As for the extra deck, 1 copy of Salamangreat Almirage. If we have to normal summon an Animadorn, we can then link it into this and then protect a UCT with from destruction, which is a nice little interaction. Copy of Link Spider in case of the mirror match when we get given a token, or Nibiru. 2 copies of Reproducus. It's a great way just to be able to get 2 monsters off the field into the graveyard for a Double Evolution Pill or for a UCT Banish. 1 copy of Crystron Halqifibrax. We can basically just use this as Summon Sorceress. It helps us extend, helps us get into things like Appaloosa, helps us link climb, even if we don't want to use the Synchros. 2 copies of Appaloosa. Play 2, just because we do get rid of some of the extra decks, so being able to have a second copy to rely upon is, again, worth it. Small XEs package. We have a Dolka and a Lagia. We can make rank 4s with the Scrap Raptor and Oviraptor, so these can come up from time to time. In the current meta, Abyss Dweller is also pulling its weight very heavily. It definitely provides that certain extra protection when you need it on a dinosaur board going first. For big boys, we have a Super Red Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Gustav Max, and Lieb. 2 UCTs can go into that and then burn for 2,000 for game, kind of like Cowboy, but on a larger scale. Or we can go straight for the OTK with the Lieb. We got XEs, so a Zeus needs to be in the equation. And for our Synchros, a Formula Synchron if we leave the Hulk out. And a Stardust Charge Warrior 6 is the most likely Synchro we can go into, and it pluses us an extra card. Then for the side deck, going first, so I like 2 Gillosaurus when we go first. I like some back row hate, so 2 MST and a Harpy's Feather Duster. 3 Impermanents. If the Veilers aren't just enough, we can always go into some extra Imperms. Lancia is very good at the moment, and also very good in the mirror match. 3 Droll and Lockbird, definitely not worthy of main decking, but against the right match this can seriously hurt, and it's definitely worth his place in the side. And the 15th card is an Imperial Order. Again, just to help a bit of back row hate, little Floodgate doesn't hurt, and we don't have a great deal of spells in this deck, so if we can flip one of these, sometimes it's not going to matter too much on our end. So anyway, that about does it for the Dinosaur deck profile for the Sunday Supplement special this week. Give us a like, a comment, a subscription, and share with your friends if you enjoyed the content. Let me know down in the comments as well what you think of the profile. Are you building dinosaurs? And if so, let me know what your build looks like. Without anything further, this is going to be IATD TV signing off. Peace.